Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be focusing on creating a vision board. I want to keep it simple, and I also want to start off by keeping it old school. Today we're going to be using pen and paper to start off our process of creating a vision board. And because we are in the 21st century, I will end the video by showing you how you can translate what you write on your paper onto a computer or onto a digital format. I know it's a time of the year where we're starting to think about the next year and what goals we're going to get after. Maybe we get down on ourselves because we didn't accomplish the goals of this year, or maybe you didn't set any goals for this year and you want to change things up for the next year. Whatever your situation is, I really feel like today's video is going to be helpful for you and for me because I need to go through this process as well. So what I want to focus this vision board process on are 6 F's of life. Let me read them out to you. Friends, family, faith, finances, fun, and fitness. There are other F's that you can incorporate onto here, but I'm going to go ahead and focus on those. So it's 6 categories, 1 paper. What you're going to do is you're going to fold this into 6 individual slots. So you're going to fold your paper in half vertically, so this way. I really encourage you to follow along as you're watching this video. Let's make this interactive. So now the objective is to create 3 identical sections. Okay, so I'm going to fold inward and then fold again, making it as equal as possible. So now you have a little square. Go ahead and open that. And you have 6 sections. Amazing. Okay, so now we have 6 sections for each of the F's that I mentioned. So go ahead and write those in. You can go ahead and follow along as I write them in. The first section is friends. The next section, oh, please excuse my Dr. Seuss book. This was a gift. The next section is family. And you can fill them in whatever order you like. The next section, I'll write faith. Here we'll write finances. Then up here we have fun. And down here we have fitness. So friends, family, faith, finances, fun, and fitness. Okay, and now we're going to do a little exercise. So I want you to go ahead and grab your paper and remember the 6 F's: friends, faith, fun, family, finances, and fitness. We are going to start creating our vision for each of these categories. These are some of the main categories of life. Again, this isn't an exhaustive list. There are many other elements of life, but I'm going to go ahead and focus my vision on these 6 categories because I really feel that I need to nurture these more in order for me to succeed in any other category of life. So now what you want to do is do a mindful practice. You're going to take into account all of these categories. And what I would recommend is that you have a 5 to 10 minute meditation session. What I would actually recommend is that you set a 1-minute timer to focus on each of these categories. And you could spend more time, but I have found that sometimes when I'm new to something, I need to have very precise directions or instructions for me to start building that muscle, right? So basically you're just going to sit back in your seat or lay down, whatever feels good for you, and you're going to just use 6 minutes to visualize your life within these categories. So what it would look like, you would set a 1-minute timer and then just focus on your friends category. What do you want your friendships to look like? What kind of friend do you want to be? What kind of experiences do you want to have with your friends? Really take the time to visualize what this element, what this category of life looks like. So now let's move on to family. If you have a spouse, then they would fall under this category. If you have a partner, you can feel free to either put them under family or friends. So visualize that relationship with your romantic partner in whatever category feels right for you. Moving on to family, you're going to do the same thing. Sit back, set your 1-minute timer, close your eyes, and think about what your ideal family dynamic looks like. What do holidays look like? What do you guys celebrate? What are your family traditions? Who are you to your family? What kind of daughter are you? What kind of sister are you? What kind of brother are you? What kind of son are you? So just think about who you would like to be to the people in your life, to your family members, to your loved ones. So moving on to the next category, faith. This category can look a lot of different ways depending on who you are. This can involve religion, but it doesn't have to. This is more of a spiritual connection with yourself, with a higher source energy, with God, with angels, with whatever it is that you believe in. But we are spiritual beings. However that may look is going to vary. In the same way, you're going to set your 1 minute timer, you're going to sit back and you're going to close your eyes and you're going to envision, what does that relationship with a higher source energy, with your own introspection look like? This that you are doing, thinking about different elements of your life, this is spirituality. This is a connection with yourself, with your faith, a belief that if you put energy into this, if you put efforts into this process and you execute on it, you will see the results that you want and you will create the life that you desire. Moving on to finances. So finances includes any means to make money. So this can include your job, so your profession, your career. This can include your investments. This can include any means of making money and how that looks like for you, or how you would like that to look for you. With finances, we're going to do the same that we did for the other categories. You're going to sit back, set your 1 minute timer, close your eyes, and just picture yourself in this life in which you are just abundant with money. You have money coming in from every direction. Okay, now what are those directions? What are those streams of income? Is it your profession? Okay, so what is that profession? Maybe you currently don't have the profession that you desire, the job that you desire, career that you desire, but in your ideal world, money is flowing from this desired career. What is that career? Picture yourself. And also your assets, like any investments. Okay, so what other ways are you having that flow of income? Okay, so moving on to fun. So the fun category, as it indicates, is about enjoying life. So really think about what brings you joy, what makes you happy, what makes you feel alive. So here you can think about your hobbies, you can think about your trips, you can think about anything that gives you joy. There are so many different ways in which people have fun, but just close your eyes, set that 1 minute timer, and think about what you enjoy. Having fun, nurturing this bucket of life, this category of life, should be a priority. Really allow yourself to adventure here, because that's the whole point of this category. All right, final category is fitness. So earlier we talked about mental health, right? Which would be faith, because your faith feeds your mental. Now we are going to talk about physical health. Let's focus on this vessel that we use to carry our soul around. How do we want it to look on the exterior, but also how do we want it to feel on the interior? Because we want to create a sustainable life in which we are checking in on this engine, right? On this vessel. We are doing our maintenance checks. For me, the fitness category also includes what I am eating, because they come hand in hand. Like, you'll hear this a lot of times. A lot of it is diet, and then you have your workouts. Sit back, 1 minute timer, close your eyes, and what is your dream body? It could be for reasons of wanting to look good, but also feeling good. When we look good, we feel good about ourselves, ideally. What does your fitness routine look like? What are you committed to? How do your muscles look? How does your overall figure look? What are you eating? So those are the 6 categories. If you carry out this exercise, you would have gone through something very powerful, which is called visualization. A lot of times we seek the answers externally. And of course, like, it's good to take advice from external forces. I'm not saying it's not good, but remind yourself that this is your life, and what works for others is not always going to work for you. And most importantly, you have the answers within. So this portion of visualization and meditating on your ideal life is the most important factor, because you are coming to you for answers. And then only after that can you start welcoming external advice. But first, look within. I was listening to a podcast today that was talking about the difference between your essential self and your social self. The essential self is your true essence, your being, like who you are at the core. And your social self is kind of like the image that you portray to the world, like who you are when you're not alone, maybe, or when you're putting on a face for someone else. And a lot of times we confuse those two and we find ourselves doing things that we think is because we want to do them because it's based on our essential self, but it's really just the social self that takes over. So now we want to remove that mask and find our essential self, our true self with our true essence. And it all comes from within. You don't need anyone to tell you that. If you're watching this, you're probably an adult. You are grown. You're not a child anymore. You have the answers. Stop seeking answers from anyone else. Seek them with yourself first. Take control and power and ownership of your life. And it starts with these steps of thinking deeply about our life, of retracting from the external world and external influences, and kind of like incubating with ourselves. That's the work that we have to do. It's very powerful if we allow ourselves to do it. So after that visualization exercise, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and jot down a couple of the things that you visualized. So what I would advise to you is just to bullet point different things that came to mind. You can write incomplete sentences, you can write a paragraph, you can do whatever your little heart desires. I'm more of a bullet point type of person. So I'm going to take the time right now to bullet point a couple of different things that came to my mind. Okay, so I just finished bulleting some of the things that came to mind for each of these categories, and I want to share some with you just so you get some inspiration and see that this really doesn't have to be like this difficult assignment. So like I said, I just did like quick bullet points for my friends category. I want to have a circle of women that want what's best for me. I also see myself spending holidays and events with them, making our own traditions. So maybe Christmas, like a Friendsmas or a Friends Thanksgiving event or Galentine's Day, or just for no reason at all, like just gather with them, have them over so that we can just nurture that friendship even more. I see trips with my friends, so bringing them along. Any trips that we have, we're planning trips and actually seeing them through, and coffee dates, because you can never get tired of coffee dates. So for family, I have my family that lives in Texas. I'm in Southern California, so I really want to visit them and have them visit me, so we just nurture that relationship. I really hate being away from my family, so this is going to be crucial. Holidays, always spend holidays with them, as well as keep up traditions or make new traditions. I feel like my family isn't very traditional. We're Mexican, and I feel like we could do better about keeping up with our traditions that we can pass on to our future generations so that the culture isn't lost. And unconditional support, I want us to always know that we have each other's back, and as well as be able to solve conflict with each other, so we never hold any grudges against one another. We always know that no matter how big the fight, we're going to solve it. We're going to find a solution. For faith, I really want to make sure that I'm spending quiet time with myself in the morning and my thoughts. So morning meditations are important. I really want to go back to church. I grew up Catholic. I also have gone to Christian church. So I really want to figure out what works for me, like what I want to do for my husband and I, like what is our faith going to look like together. I picked up the Bible. I picked it up initially because it's just a very important historical piece of information, right? That's just been carried on through various generations. So just because of that, I think it's powerful. But I think from a religious or like a faith standpoint or spiritual standpoint, I want to just interpret the Bible and get any lessons that I can from it. I also want to do more camping trips. I have found that a lot of times when I'm out in nature, I just feel this peace and solitude that allows me to look within and an even deeper level because I have no access to technology. So I want to do more of that. So for finances, I am very entrepreneurial and I want to keep on that path, even though it's freaking devastating sometimes and nothing much comes out of it. But I want to just keep building myself as an entrepreneur. I want to keep up my goals for real estate and owning property so that I can be financially independent and not have to rely on a job or stress about money. So I really want to make sure I have the adequate amount of properties needed for me to reach my financial independent number and then some. I want to make money while having an impact at the same time. So anything that I do, like whether it's YouTube or whatever it is in the future, I really want it to be helping someone along the way. And if I can monetize from that, like that will make me happy. I'd rather monetize from something that I care about and that I believe in rather than doing a job that I care nothing about. I want to have my own merch one day. Like, I don't know if this is going to be clothes or candles or planners or whatever it is, but I would like to have that be a flow of income and diversification. So with real estate, so all of these are different streams of income, but continue my contributing to my Roth IRA, my savings account, natural elements like gold, silver, and just like other means of diversifying my portfolio. So then all of my eggs are not in one basket. For fun, I want more trips, road trips, because I'm in California. It's beautiful here, so I should see more of it. It's a shame that I don't. And also see new places, so hop on a plane and go somewhere new. I love breweries. I love tasting new ciders and kombucha and seltzers. So having more brewery trips is always a fun time for me, and it's always fun being a little bit buzzed. I want to do more hosting, so like have people over our home, whether it's your current home or a future home, just like a barbecue, or just have people over and drink and eat and talk and play games. I feel like that would be super fun. That goes along the lines of girls' night. Just really have like a wine night or a dinner night or just something that gathers people in our home or that gathers people in anyone's home. And I messed up here, but cute hotels. I want to go on trips with my husband and I love staying at cute hotels. That just makes me happy to get inspiration of from the interior design from different places. And finally, fitness. So I want to have colorful foods, healthy breakfast. I want to balance, I don't want to deprive myself of chips or other snacks that I like. I want to balance it and find that healthy space for me. I want to have a toned body. This has been a goal, but I want to not gain too much muscle, but enough to notice that, I'm a fit person. Cute workout outfits. I really want to invest in just feeling cute at the gym because why not? I want to have glowing skin, which will be an indication of me being healthy. I want to be strong and not powerless. There's so many times where I feel like if I am attacked or if something happens to me, I can't fight back. I want to feel at least strong enough to be able to fight back or have some type of strategy. But also not even to attack anyone, but just for myself. I just want to feel strong. Okay, so there it is, pen and paper, old school. I know a lot of things are digital these days, but there is so much power to writing things down and brainstorming and jotting thoughts that flow into your mind. So this in itself is very powerful. If you are an old school person like me, this is enough, right? You can just go ahead and put it on your fridge and keep practicing visualization for each categories. Images are very important, which is why you want to visualize. So for those of you that want to go ahead and take this a step further and make a vision board, what I really recommend is that you use Canva. I want to end by showing you a vision board that I have made in the past. So this is my vision board. It isn't necessarily focused on the 6 F categories that we talked about, but it's very similar and it's also in Spanish. But I like Canva because you can look up different photos. Like for example, I typed in family, it'll give you different stock images that you can use. You can add different elements. You can make it super cute. There is a free version of Canva that you can use. I have the pro version, but you don't need it to make this. But anyway, let me quickly walk you through the categories. This is also in Spanish, so I'm going to translate. So up here I have relationships. Here I have finances. Here I have health. Here I have my mission, my life mission. This is more impact. Here I have spirituality, and here I have auto actualization. So although I use different labeling, it pretty much is the same. So what you would do is you would create one category for friends, one category for family, one category for faith, one category for finances maybe up here, one category for fun over here, and another category for fitness. And you would just add images. You can also upload your own images if you don't want to use stock photo. So that's another very good option. I also recommend that you go on Pinterest, for example, and you can search up different things. Like if you look up spiritual art, for example, you can find different images that maybe you want to go ahead and add to your vision board. So definitely go ahead and draw inspiration from other sources, but ultimately you want to go ahead and categorize everything in here. I added a lot of pictures. You also don't have to do this. You can go ahead and add your own style, your own flair. In the middle, I just put a little quote to describe myself. I am a leader that is risk-taking, free, and powerful. So this is just like a mantra, if you will, to remind myself of who I am. So the cool thing is that you can go ahead and export this. So if you hit the share button and then you hit download, you can download it as a PNG, a JPEG, etc. I usually just download it as a PNG. Once you hit download, you will go ahead and get it as a PNG, and then you can go ahead and set this as your wallpaper. You can also send it to your phone and set it as your phone's wallpaper, your iPad wallpaper, whatever it is you choose. You can also print this out either at your home, or you can have it printed at FedEx, and once you print it, you can put it on your fridge, in your room, in your office, wherever it is that you want to. Wherever it is, you will always have this as a reminder of who you are and what your life vision is. So I really hope that this has helped you know what to focus your vision on and really see how easy it has to be. You can really make this your own. You know, you don't have to make everything aesthetic. Like, I know sometimes we are very guided by social media and we want to make everything pretty. Like I said, if you want to keep it old school and just write pen to paper, that's very powerful as well. But you want to make sure that you attach images, which is what the power of an actual laid out vision board is. And if you don't want to do it digitally, you can also buy a huge poster board and print out images, add your own photos to it, and just really make it your own. I really hope that you will implement this into your vision board making process. I really hope that this is going to help you just achieve the life that you desire, because it is a life that you deserve. You just have to work for it. So yeah, if you like this video, you're going to love my channel. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and go ahead and watch some of my other videos while you wait for me to post a new one. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.